So, who is Jia Qiu, or Gongjiu as he chooses to go by? Well, you see, originally I was going to do this video, big channel video essay style. First, we started off at the foundation of human civilization, then we explained the entirety of philosophy in general, then we followed the idea of Confucianism's thought, then I recapped the entire story of Water Margin, and then recapped the entire story of Dream of the Red Chamber, and then explained all cultural elements tied to them, and then explained some random and unfocused media franchise just cause. Well, let's just keep it short and sweet. My journey may be short and whatever. So, a child of the Kong family. His family died in a massacre. We all know that. So this novel is about who is Jia Qiu? How strong is he? Of course, he's strong. He has an efflorescent ego. He has 5 freaking Hmong. He also level 90, which is the same level as Virgilius or Don Quixote. By the way, short tangent. Yes, I know. I just said I was going to keep this video short and sweet, but unfortunately, no. Side tangent. Virgilius is known as the most dangerous man in the city and not the strongest man in the city. Some people say it's because he has nothing to lose, but I think it's, the exact fucking opposite. The average city resident has absolutely nothing to lose. All they have are the gear on their backs, their power, their strength, and their wealth. They'll probably just gamble all their power and all their strengths away just to become stronger, and that's all they have in life. If they were to die, the only thing they'll leave behind is maybe some well-made fixer gear, or maybe just literally nothing. But Virgilius is the opposite, he has a belief that he follows, he has an idea, a flow that he seeks, and he actually has a personal philosophy that he will fight to the death for, or maybe even choose to fight and survive for this philosophy. Since that's the whole point of an ego, having a belief that's stronger, a belief that's strong enough to live by, and not instead just having nothing to live for, and having nothing to lose when you fight. Anyways, back to Jia Qiu. He obviously also, like this, definitely doesn't have nothing to lose. Like, yeah, his family got massacred, but he has so much more to protect. He has a Mao branch of the Heisho path that follows him. He has his role as a pinky that he believes in. And judging by how he needs to go to certain places for missions, he also has his own secret plan he believes in, especially with his choice to not become the family hierarch. It shows that he has his own ideals, a better world that he dreams of that he also believes in. And of course, that's why he has an ego, He has an idea, a belief in himself. His name is obviously a reference to Confucius, Gongjiu, the actual real name of the person. And of course, he quotes a few Confucius quotes every once in a while because he's smart. Yes. Also, another side tangent, and these powerful people in the city kind of just know things. Like, of course, the purple tier knows things because of her special abilities and stuff. Like, some other people they kind of just know. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like hopefully, if you run into if you're just a random backstreet rat and you run into car fixers, they'll probably just say some random poetic quote that actually foreshadows your entire life and death, and your eventual divorce with her wife that you haven't even met yet, and kind of just like that. I personally interpret it as them just possessing enough wisdom to naturally intuit things by just reading people, or maybe they are still modified in advance, that their brain is able to subconsciously make calculations that want to predict these kind of things. And back to this, Gongjiu. Another idea is the character in Water Margin, that since, he's a second Tengen star, and his skill names kind of reference it, and also his bow staff, since that character also used the bow staff. This is more accentuated when he fights Lei Heng, since they both name each other star names, full idea of Water Margin. So here's the actual important thing that we are actually looking for. Is Jia Qiu color fixer? Well, the fact that he's a Jade Shilin, I feel like it's quite confirmed at this point. The number of his star is the number of star correlates with the Jade Shilin in the book. His power and his level, being level 90, show that he's on power with a color fixer. But I feel like he's not a color fixer. Not because, he might not be a Jade Shilin and that's all just fancy or some random stuff like that. But Here's the more obvious points. Alright, yeah, I also saw a point about him not being a color fixer because color fixers have two syllable names in Korean while his name doesn't. But here's the actual thing. Like just think about it. Color fixers, they're signed by the Hana Association. Roland, when mentioning the person who probably is Indigo Elder, refers to him as the old man of the lake, but he becomes Indigo Elder after killing the Calamity. It's just not because he suddenly became like so much stronger that he's now color fixer. It's more so just that you know, the Hana Association gave him that title. So Jia Qiu wasn't color fixer because he's not a fixer, obviously. So it's the biggest association they could pin him to is either H Corp due to his family ties and his control of the Heisho branch, or just the Pinky since he's a member of Syndicate. But he's not a fixer, you know? And a man like him would never actually be a fixer. Though Virgilius has a way to fight for, he still got contracted by Limbus Company, showing that, you know, he is a fixer, he works for hire. But Jia Qiu has such strong beliefs that he will fight for all his purposes. Unless, like, the Pinky has direct orders. But I feel like even if the Pinky had direct orders, if they went against his ideology, he would easily defy them. But the other idea is that the whole point is, you know, he's not a fixer. He definitely won't work for hire. He fights for his own purposes. At most, he's a syndicate member. But at best, he's probably none of these. True.